suspect's been charged in an attack on an ICE facility. It's July 17th, 2025, and these are your headlines. Benjamin Song, a suspect charged in the recent July 4th attack on law enforcement officers outside the Prairieland Detention Center in Alvarado, was apprehended in Dallas after nearly 2 weeks on the run. However, this is not Song's first arrest. A former U.S. Marine Corps reservist, he was arrested during the Austin protests back in August of 2020, where he was accused of aggravated assault on a public servant. Despite allegations from officers that he pointed a rifle at law enforcement, the Travis County grand jury failed to indict him. Song was arrested with guns and ammunition, which the Austin Police Department returned to him after the grand jury declined to indict him. According to KXAN, Austin police officers had offered to assist the Travis County District Attorney's Office in preparing to present the case against Song to the grand jury, but were denied. Now he's accused of taking part in setting off fireworks and vandalizing property near the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Prairieland Detention Center to lure officers outside. A group of nearly a dozen individuals then opened fire with AR-15-style rifles, wounding one police officer. The attackers fled as law enforcement responded. While most of the group was quickly apprehended, Song initially evaded capture, but he couldn't run for long. The U.S. Attorney's Office announced his capture on Wednesday. He's been charged by federal complaint with 3 counts of attempted murder of federal agents and 3 counts of discharging a firearm in relation to a crime of violence. The Department of Homeland Security says that assaults against ICE officers have surged by nearly 700% this year. A new 24-hour civility ordinance will prohibit sitting, lying, or storing belongings on sidewalks in parts of downtown Houston as they begin a pilot program to reshape their homelessness response. For years, Houston has enforced civility ordinances across numerous neighborhoods. In areas where the ordinance was applied, it became unlawful from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. to sit or lie down on a sidewalk or on a blanket, stool, or any other object placed upon a sidewalk, or place or deposit any item of bedding, materials, or personal possessions on the sidewalk. At Wednesday's Houston City Council meeting, one agenda item proposed an update to that ordinance, extending the enforcement to 24 hours a day. The new language stated that the rule would no longer allow sitting, lying, or storing belongings on the sidewalks, even during overtime hours. The update will first apply to 2 neighborhoods as a pilot program intended to promote more directed interactions between the administration and those suffering chronic homelessness to facilitate structured and reinforced wraparound support. That ordinance update passed by a 14-2 vote, with the 24-hour restriction now in effect in downtown and east downtown. The move is part of Mayor John Whitmire's broader initiative to address homelessness across the city.
America is at a crossroads. Now, more than ever, Texas must step up and lead the country. We don't have time to mess around. The only way to save America is with a strong Texas. You and I know this, but so do the enemies of life and liberty. Therefore, you and I have no choice but to stand up and fight. I'm Sarah Gonzalez, and to the enemies of liberty, I say, come and take it.
A newly released index reveals the voting performance of Texas state lawmakers on legislation dealing with fiscal responsibility. That, of course, was released by Texans for Fiscal Responsibility, which has published their Fiscal Responsibility Index, covering the performance of lawmakers from the 89th legislature on issues dealing with the size and role of government. In the Texas House, 20 GOP House lawmakers received a score of 90 or above, with State Representatives Andy Hopper and Representative Mike Olcott each receiving a nearly perfect score of 99. The remaining 68 GOP lawmakers received a score between 89 to 55. 23 were designated as taxpayer champions. With the majority of Republican Senate lawmakers receiving a rating of 70 or above, Senators Brandon Creighton and Brian Hughes were the only ones who received a score of an A. Andrew McVeigh, the president of TFR, said that the 2025 index saw a notable increase in the average scores of both chambers compared to recent sessions, driven in part by a conservative, pro-taxpayer freshman class. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.